friends, it's Katie Steinberg here with you again and bringing this week's message from Missing Piece. This past week we were juggling together, like literally, and it was beautiful and metaphorical and a whole lot of fun too. So we'll share that message with you in just a moment. I want to let you know that this week we will be looking at something we're calling Bible 101, which is how do we look at this ancient collection of stories, this library of stories, and what people thought about God and what we can learn from that. We are also in 2 weeks, so on the 28th, we're partnering with Provision Packs, and they do backpacks for hungry kids for food for the weekend that wouldn't have enough to eat otherwise. So we'll be at the Publix at Granada and 95 Sunday at 10:30 on the 28th. So you are invited to all of those things. That's a sincere invitation. But without further ado, here's this week's message from Missing Piece. Last Sunday, we learned about juggling together. I was grateful to have longtime juggler and teacher of juggling, Sam Granada, with us to guide us. In our conversation about this week, Sam explained some of the benefits of this relatively easy to learn, we'll see about that, activity. It helps connect and coordinate the right and left brain in similar ways as playing music. These kinds of activities increase access to stored and processing information as it engages both the visual and kinesthetic. Sam also reminded me of the roots of juggling and their connection with storytelling, most notably representing the all-powerful divine, holding the sun, moon, and stars in the sky, all in perfect, perpetual motion. It's beautiful, rhythmic, soothing. What a lovely art. I'm grateful to Sam for bringing this imagery to me because the juggling I do most often is nothing like this. For me, it's work, kids, home management, social life, etc., etc., etc. All these balls I'm trying so hard to keep in rhythmic balance and perpetually feeling like I'm failing. But it occurs to me, unless you're God, keeping it all up in the air is impossible. You might do it for a while and even convince those around you that you do it well all the time, but the truth is, none of us can. Not even the best juggler can keep all the balls in the air forever. And this space, Missing Piece, this time when we gather, this is a place where we refuse to hold each other to that impossible standard. A place of honesty and vulnerability where we succeed and fail together, intentionally inviting ourselves out of our comfort zones, out of false presentations of perfection perpetuated on timelines and Instagrams, and instead into reality that's not perfect, but is beautiful in its imperfection. And maybe even better than perfect and beautiful, it's relational and real. There's a way in which those things that are the hardest, the things that feel like failing or weakness, hold the most possibility, the most hope and love. In the first sermon of Jesus, recorded in the book of Matthew, he goes on this rant about how the poor and the sad and the meek are the blessed. It's so countercultural. It's the rich and fat and happy and loud and boisterous who appear to be the most #blessed. It's the people today, just as much as in Jesus' day, who have it all and equate that wealth with being blessed. But is that what that really means? That's the opposite of what this radical rabbi billions revere says. Look, none of us are out there seeking to be poor or sad or meek, and I'm not suggesting you do so, but this ancient teaching says that it is exactly in these apparent deficits that we can receive love, compassion, and comfort. The best parts of this life are most obvious in the hardest and most vulnerable parts. The parts where we feel weak and realize that we are loved and can rely on others and don't have to keep it all together all the time. Realize that our greatest fear of being alone and abandoned is unnecessary. So we refuse to cover over our weakness, our challenge, our sadness, and instead lean in and do it together and know it will be okay. And in fact, may be the space where we are most open to, have the greatest experience of love and comfort and grace and compassion and hope and peace. Most open to the kingdom among us. Most open to seeing the goodness. Most open to being the goodness, the love and compassion and comfort and grace. And so together, we juggled. Some did it well and others struggled. But when we drop something, we are admitting our humanity. We're being vulnerable. And we allow others in and create space to realize just how much love and compassion and grace there is for us. Amen. I hope that you'll take a look at some of the pictures on social media from our juggling experience. There was a lot of dropping things and a lot of laughter. And we're really grateful to Sam Granada, who led us in our juggling time together. I want to remind you that Missing Piece meets every week, 10:30 on Sundays. And the best place to find us, to figure out where we're going to be since we're nomadic, is to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. Or, even better, text PEACE to 33222 and get a weekly update about what we are up to. These next 2 weeks coming up, this Sunday will be Bible 101, a look at an ancient collection of stories and how we understand those things. And the next week we'll be partnering with Provision Packs, who puts together backpacks of food for kids for the weekend that wouldn't have enough otherwise. You're invited to all of those and any other gatherings we have. Thanks for watching. Grace and peace.